this is Debbie here from Southern Delight. I'm so glad that you tuned in. If you're new to my channel, this is actually part 2 of my Easter 2021 videos that I have lined up this year. And what I wanted to do was to show you a couple of more ways. In the first video, I showed everybody how I constructed these cute little flowers. They're made out of little Easter peeps. And I have a complete tutorial on that, and don't worry, I'm going to drop this tutorial in this video as well if you didn't catch that first one. But you might want to subscribe to my channel so you can go back and watch it at a later time. But what I'm going to show you is how I took these flowers and I made 2 more different arrangements, because they are so easy to swap up. And you found these cute little signs for Easter. And I'm going to do an arrangement with 2 signs and a shoebox. And a lot of times you will see me, I go to the Dollar Tree quite a bit, the Dollar Tree, the Dollar Generals, and I do that because they have some really good supplies for basic stuff. I mean, like these little cute little signs, I mean, you pay $1 for them. But you can make some really neat high-end gifts to resell, or you can, just give them away to your loved ones and friends and family. And I mean, they turn out, some of them turn out really, really, really well. The box, I removed the lid off of this one and I put in the foam. I've hot glued it in, and I put in some shred in it, and I'm going to probably go back and put some more shred just to make it full. A lot of times if you're doing a flower arrangement, it's peat moss that you put in there, but we're not going to be, or Spanish moss, I'm sorry, I keep calling it peat moss. But Spanish moss, you usually put it in there, but I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to dump the shred in it, and I've taken some tissue and we're putting it over on the sides to hide that writing. So we've got our foundation going. This arrangement, and for all 3 of them, I've used 5 of these little flowers. I've used 4 of them 10-inch sticks, and then 1 I want 12-inch. Now when you purchase these sticks, they're actually 12 inches. On those 4 over there, I happen to cut 2 inches off. So for these arrangements, you're going to need 5 of those. And the next what you're going to need are some of the candy sticks. And I'm not going to do it in this video because this one is pretty basic and the same. We use those little sticks that you can get at Walmart, your crafting store, Dollar Tree, wherever. 12 inches. I use the tissue paper, which a lot of times I'm using maybe 5 by 5. Sometimes the measurements are a little bit shorter, sometimes they're longer. You just want enough tissue paper that you can put on there and twist. And the candy I secured securely. I used some packing tape and then taped it on there. But for this, I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candy. What do you want to call these? Candy on a stick. And then I'm using this cute little chocolate bunny that I happened to pick up. This one I picked up at the Dollar Tree. And I secured one of the 12-inch sticks to it. And we want this one to be kind of long as well. I've got an Easter lily, 3 little eggs here, and then some wisteria that I've cut off. And these arrangements here I picked up from the Dollar Tree. Some, a lot of times I may have some left over from Hobby Lobby, Michael's, your craft store. You can get those wherever. But once you've got the basics down, take your box here, and we're going to take the 12-inch stick. Okay, I'm going to try to get my angles in a little bit closer for you. Right here we're going to go ahead and start putting in your peep flowers. I've got the yellows. You can use any colors that you choose. They had pinks, they had purples. For this project, or for all 3 of these projects, I kind of like the yellows and the pinks. So I'm going to do a 10-inch yellow here, 10-inch yellow here, 2 in the back, and then these are the 10 inches. I'm going to put the 12-inch one right here in the dead center. Okay. And then once I've got that one in the center, I'm going to take the bunny rabbit that I extended it. This one is 12 inches as well. Actually, yes, it's about 12 inches. We're going to stick this one over to the side in the arrangement. Now we're going to go and take our Easter eggs. I had 3. You can use as many as you would like for this project. And we're going to do 2 in the front, 1 in between here. I think I'm going to use purple there. And then we're going to stick the blue one directly in the back. Now we're going to go back and take the candy. I'm going to start with the Reese's Cups. You can use whatever chocolate or candy that you like. And I'm going to give you a close-up. Right here, this is what it looks like. I taped the tissue paper, but you just go in with your packing tape, and I taped it there on the back, and then put those little cuts of tissue and twisted them and then put them on there. So we're going to start adding these. You can just kind of, I'm going to put these off toward the back a little bit like that. You're going to want to take, when you do the back of this arrangement, have your chocolates facing outward. We'll do like kind of on the front there, like that. Let's see, that egg, bring them up a little bit taller. Because you want to stagger them a little bit in the heights. Okay. Give it that little bit of staggered look. Now we're going to go and start adding the Three Musketeers. This is going to be our front. I'm going to take and move that egg. Moving down a little bit. Put our Easter lily right here, front and center. Like that. And then I added the wisteria. I like the little I like to give it kind of a little bit more flair. I usually add like 2 there, maybe 1 in the back. I don't think I want 1 in the front. I think that kind of like that right there. And then just go back, and if you have some gaps in these areas, just take, you'll have some, if you have some extra shred and tissue paper, just take the shred and just put it in there. And take your tissue paper, and that just kind of helps fill the gaps and stuff in there so all of that stuff inside doesn't show. But there you go, there's your beautiful arrangement, and stay tuned because I'm going to show you 2 more using those same techniques. Boxes that are already decorated up. They did have a little ribbon here, which I did take and I cut it out. And then I purchased a piece of foam in the floral department of the Dollar Tree, and I have taken it and I cut it in half, and I've hot glued it in the bottom of this. I don't know if you can see it, and of course right now mine has some shred on it. I hot glued it down to the bottom, and I've added some shred to it. So this gives me a foundation to get started in. The next thing that I did was when I was in the Dollar Tree, I happened to see little peeps. I love little peeps, especially at this time of year for Easter. And I was thinking of a creative way. I had actually seen something on Pinterest where they made a bouquet out of making these peeps. And of course, I tried my hand at it, and mine didn't turn out so great. When I tried to copy, when I tried that idea on Pinterest, it absolutely didn't turn out. So what I did end up with was I came up with an idea of how to make cute little sunflowers. So, but I'm going to do these, and of course I use pink in mine. If you can find some orange tissue paper or a different color, that would be really great as well. But I'm going to show you real quickly how I made these. And I actually started with a box of Peeps, and I started with a styrofoam ball, a stick that I stuck in the center of it, and then the Peeps to go around. But I'm going to show you this little video, and it shows you how to make these. And I used 2 different sizes, and I also used 2 different colors. So we're going to take a break, and I'm going to let you watch this video that I pre-recorded prior to this one, and it actually shows you how to make these. So if you don't need this part of the video, you can go ahead and fast forward through it, come back, and we'll get this arrangement made. You're going to want to take your tissue paper and fold it in half, and then take your spear, and then stick it in the center like so. And we're just going to take it and grab it like this. Just make sure that it's all covered. Once you do that, I'm going to take a rubber band, go around it maybe 3 times. Like so, and then I'm going to take and we're going to cut it down. I'm going to take the scissors here, just take and cut it down there, like that. Go and fan it back out. Then I'm going to take one of these sticks, I'm going to stick it down in the center. In here. Throw all this excess away. Then you're going to take your 2 Peeps, get those out of the bag. And we're going to be securing these with toothpicks. When you take them out of the package, they're all still together. And you can keep them together or you can pull them apart. But it just wraps around like this right here. Like that. And then now we're just going to take the toothpicks and then just secure them in place. Just go around all of them. And I tried doing some without putting toothpicks in all of them, and they tend to sag. So I'm just making sure that I have 1 toothpick in each Peep. And if you do give these away and you have small children, make sure that the parents know that there's toothpicks in there so that you don't have a choking hazard. Most of the time for these, I do a lot of these for just decor ideas. Some people do like to give them as gifts, but if you do give them to the adults, and just let them know that, hey, look, they do have toothpicks in them and you need to take the toothpicks out. Set, and 2 of them fits perfectly like that. We're going to keep going around and finish this up. See, it's coming together nicely. Keep it rolling. Okay, and then the last step, I'm going to take this pretty little flower and we're going to just put some clear plastic wrap on it. And what that does is it just keeps it really fresh. And you can pick up the plastic wrap at Walmart, or you can get it at the Dollar Tree. If you have your own business, you could probably use just the cellophane roll that you have, that you do gift baskets with. They work nicely. And then once you get the cellophane all on it, you have a little bouquet that looks something like this. Okay, for this particular project, you're going to need 5 of those flowers. Now, I'm going to do 3 yellows and 2 pinks. You can use any color combination that you'd like, and if you'd like to switch them up, you're able to do that as well. But I found that this works perfectly for me. And then I did find this cute little chocolate bunny at the Dollar Tree as well. And I took the stick and I'm extending this stick on top of this one. So I want this one to be the tallest thing in my basket. So I'm going to let this be my focal point and be the center. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the yellow, and I have clipped these little yellows down. These sticks are about 12 inches. I have clipped these down to 10 inches. And we're going to put 2 yellows right here in the front. We're going to get these and just get them to slide in like this right here. Okay. And then I'm going to take the 2 pink that I have, and I'm going to put these kind of toward the back area here. We're going to put them like in the 4 corners. And just slide them in there like so. So this is what we've got this bouquet looking like so far. Okay, and once you get that done, I also found these cute little eggs. They're at the Dollar Tree. Everything that you see here came from the Dollar Tree. This is another one of my Dollar Tree DIYs that I love to do. These actually had probably more than this in it. I'm only using 3. Again, you can use as many as you'd like. And I'm just going to stick them in here. I'm going to do 1 in the back, 2 on the sides. I just want to keep it a little symmetrical there. Okay. Then also they have a lot of floral arrangements that the Dollar Tree has. Well, I took and I cut, there was one with nothing but Easter lilies. Well, I cut one up, and then of course I tied this cute little bow on the front of it. And we're just going to take this little guy right here, and this is going to go front and center, like right down here in that little area. And then of course they had the wisteria. I know y'all probably, if you're following me, I've used these before in several of my arrangements. And for this one, I just clipped off 3 of them to kind of give it a little bit more volume. We're going to do these in the middle. I'm going to probably drape 2 this way, and then I've got 2 to go toward the back. So 2 are going to face the front and 2 toward the back. I'm going to stick that one in here. And don't worry, if you don't like the way that yours is if you don't like the way that they're draping, you can always pull them out and move them around a little bit. But I'm just using it for volume. I got these little guys in here. Then next, this one I left long on the 12 inch, and we're going to do this one kind of behind this rabbit here. I'm going to do the rabbit off to the side like that right there. And then also what I picked up at the Dollar Tree were, they have little things of candy bars. I picked up 3 Musketeers and then the Reese's Cups. And I just took some packing tape. You can use Scotch tape, but I found that packing tape is a lot thicker. And I just taped it to the back of these little wooden sticks. And you can only need like 1 package of these wooden sticks. And I'm only, for my project, I'm using 3 of the Musketeers, and then 3, I bought some Reese's Cups. And then also tissue. You can purchase the tissue paper at the Dollar Tree. I cut out little squares. I think the squares are probably, they look maybe 5 by 4, 4 by 5, something like that. And I'm just taking them and I'm twisting them at the top here. We're going to use these in our arrangement. Okay. We're going to get, these little guys are just wanting to go all over the place. Okay. And we're going to put on each side of the rabbit, I'm going to put a Three Musketeer. Like that. And my third one, I'm going to go in the back. Okay. And then the Reese's cup, I'm just going to find some empty spaces and just tuck them in there. And you can use any type of candy bars. You can also add more than I am. Just when I was making this project, this number just seemed to suit it well and got it as full as I needed it. So I just kind of stayed with it. And also, if you need a tutorial on how to make this bow, if you're subscribed to my channel, go down. I do have a video on how I make bows. It's just under the title, How to Make a Bow for a Fall Wreath. I use the same technique, just change the ribbon out, and I use Easter ribbon instead of fall ribbon. And this one, I just did like 4 little things back and forth on it. Okay, and then if you have some leftover tissue paper, just take the tissue paper like this and twist it. And this works really great for like filling in little areas if you need it fuller and so forth. And you can just go around your arrangement and add that. And also, if you need to, you can put some tape on it to keep it on the sticks. You know, if you're doing to keep the tissue on the sticks, like for the candy and so forth, because I found that they're kind of unraveling a little bit. But voila, there you go. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started. And what you're going to need first off to start this project is a glass vase. You don't necessarily have to have one this large. You can get one that's a smaller size. And I told y'all my secret to getting all of these wonderful little vases inexpensively is at the Dollar Tree. And also I picked up some Easter ribbon. Don't know if this was Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby, because a lot of times I'll grab some ribbon, one or the other. But I constructed this cute little Easter bow, and don't worry, I'm going to add the clip to this on how I made this Easter bow. It'll probably be at the end of this video. So, but we're going to go ahead and skip over that part. You're also going to need some Easter eggs, and you want to get enough of these little plastic Easter eggs that you can fill the base with. These I actually picked up from the Dollar Tree as well. You're going to need a chocolate bunny, Easter lily, and a lot of these things I used in the first video, and I'm just going to use the same technique that I used on it. I did a couple of candy sticks again. These I have 3 Reese's cups on a stick, and then the 3 Musketeers on a stick. And I used the same technique. I took that tissue paper. It's probably about a 4x4, 5x5. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just want it to use it as fillers. And what you do is you just take the stick. You want to secure the candy on here. I use packing tape. Just lay the stick down, lay the candy down, lay the stick on top of the back of it. I put packing tape on it, and then I took those little strips of tissue paper that I cut out and just pushed them through, twisted them, and taped them on there so they're candy on a stick. And to start off with, it's real simple. Just we're going to fill it with all of these Easter eggs. And we're just going to drop them in. And you want to get it full. And you can use another technique. Sometimes I like to put a little bit of shred in the bottom. If you have an Easter bunny, like a little stuffed toy, you can put that in the bottom of it as well. They make really cute arrangements. I think I'd used that on one of my Valentine videos that I did. I had did some candy arrangements using that technique as well. But I've got them all settled in there, and I took and, you know, like I said, I secured the bow on here. All I did was take the bow and made it and just tied it on there. Put the Easter eggs in. And then the next step is I'm going to take the tallest flower that I have, and I believe it's that 12-inch one. I just got to figure out which one he is. There he is. And we're going to put him right in the center. I mean, basically it's just dropping them in and arranging them. And this plastic wrap on here, it adds us a really good filler. Sometimes on my videos you've seen me use some foam in there, some floral foam, but I'm not going to bother with that on this arrangement. The ribbons and the eggs hide the stems a lot on them, so you don't even see them. Okay, so we've got I just lay it all in there. We want the long one in the middle. I'm going to swap him out. Sometimes it's a little bit trial and error. Okay. Actually, that makes a cute little arrangement like that if you want to keep it simple. But we're going to go big. We're going to add the 12-inch one down in the center. Just keep going with this. Right there. And of course your bunny. I did add an extension on this because that stick only looked like it was maybe 5 or 6 inches. I want to get it 12 inches as well because we want it to stick up high in the back like that. And then basically you just take the little flower here. We're going to stick it probably about right there. The Easter lily in it. And then we're just going to start sticking in our candy. Stick these on the side. Just have to stick them in there. And just keep filling her up.